Yes guys, I'm back with another one, and today I'm going to be looking at BTC, and it's crazy ranging that it's doing at the minute. I'm also going to be looking at Atos. You all know I like to use Atos, showing you how I do scalps, what I'll be looking for to take these scalps, and just generally looking at what BTC's actually doing, because at the minute I'm probably as confused as everyone else. So yeah, let's get straight into it, guys. So I'm on the daily on BTC at the minute, and as you can clearly see, we're ranging. That is literally all we're doing on BTC. We have been in this range here for, so from here to here, we've been in this range for 195 days. Excuse me. And if I'm being honest, I've been in this space for a long time now, and it's so confusing what's actually going on, even for a trader like me, just to see the way BTC's moving. You know, we're not bearish, we're not bullish. It's just I don't know. I wish I could help people, but I don't know. And we were chatting in the group the other day, and you've got all these Twitter sausages and all these sausages on YouTube, and they're like, oh, if BTC gets back above this level, we are bullish. If blah, blah, blah. Shut up. Nobody knows what it's going to do. It's literally in one of the biggest ranges it's been in a while. There's no clear direction at the minute. You know, I've pointed out all these areas before for you, but we're getting pushes up like this on the weekly. I know we're only on Wednesday. This will probably get published on Thursday. But we're literally, there's nothing. There's no volume on the weekly, monthly. Look at the volume on the monthly. Look how low the volume is. It's so low. And I'd like to say I'm as confused as everyone else. You know, I like to use my fair value gaps and things like that, and so there's only really one that I can see at the minute on the daily. One there. There is a bullish one at 55,236 and 56,407. So you see how we've come into it? We've tapped it. So looking at it, we're probably going to come back up into this area here. But I don't know. I'm not saying I do know, because I'm not going to, you know, play it and be like, oh yeah, we're definitely going up into here, because I don't know. All I know is the point of control's there. We're here. And if we move to the point of control from where we are, that's a 10% move. But if I'm being honest, you know, we might see something like this. Into the point of control, drop back in, take liquidity, take this liquidity up here, then drop back in. I'm not saying we are going to do that, but that's something that I'm looking at. And I can't really tell you much more about it, apart from it's in one of the biggest ranges it's been in a while. So keep your eye on these areas. They're the only two areas that I can really see. Apart from that, I can't really tell you much more. I wish I could. But we're going to go into Atos now. Have a little look in Atos. So when I'm looking at Atos, generally, like, so if we go over here onto the 4-hour chart, so what I'm going to do is let me open up another chart, because for some reason my open interest at the minute, it's not showing on that, and I think it's because I'm not on the futures, but this isn't the futures either. So I'm going to open up a fresh chart. I was looking at this coin because we got an alert. I say that there were a load of volatility. So let me just take a little look on this chart. We'll go to the 4-hour. I know it looks a bit messy. So if you have a look on the 4-hour on this chart, what I generally look for, you see the big bullish candle, plenty of volume that's coming in. Open interest has spiked also. And we've also got a delta spike. Generally what you'll see, so if I go back across here, something similar happened here. Open interest spike at this area here. And then open interest dropped. So that is on the 3rd of the 9th. So let's go down into the 15-minute chart. And let me see if I can go all the way back to the 3rd. Let's go back to the 3rd. Where are we? The 3rd of the 9th. So look here. This is how I'll be looking at it. Big volume spikes. Lots of activity. After the open interest spike, the volume spike, we had a delta spike. We also had another delta spike. The open interest wasn't as big. So we wait. It comes back to that exact same area, which will have been the value area high. It comes back to that same area. Look at how the open interest were low, and the delta the delta had gone negative. And then you take your short, and you're looking for possibly the previous day's VPOC. And then we get this somewhat similar, very, very similar again. So it comes down, volume spike. Delta's very low. Very, very low. Open interest is very, very low. Delta spike down. The next candle, what do we get? We get a high volume of open interest. So we wait. We don't need to take the trade yet. We wait for it to come back in. So you would have literally waited. So that happened on the 4th at 1 o'clock in the morning. So the next day at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, we then get another volume spike. We get a spike in open interest. We down near the value area low on the VPOC. So if we're having a little look here, the delta had gone negative, but there was no decrease in that candle. Can you see the way the candle finished? It was so weak. A bit like compared to here. As you can see, the open interest wasn't as big, but the next candle that came in, the open interest increased. So you would have marked out this area on your chart, 6290, waited for it to drop back into this area. It dropped, we had a spike, and then we go up. And all we're aiming for on that trade is the value area high. We hit the value area high, and then you can start to trail your stop up. Because then if it does come back inside, which it did, you get out. So see here, we didn't have much activity. So that really wouldn't have been a trade that I'd have taken. Let's keep going on. Let's keep going on. Nope, there ain't much activity there. We had a few big trades that came in here. See, same again. Open interest dropped. Delta dropped. And what do we get? We get a move up. And that's how I'll be looking at trades. It does help that we are in the group, the CWP group, because we get these volatility alerts as well. So then what we can do is we can go onto the chart and have a look at these areas when we've had these volatility alerts. So we've got something very, very similar here again. I know people will be saying, oh, it's all in hindsight. Yeah, it's all in hindsight, but the data's here to back it up. So what do we get? 2 volume spikes. Yeah. Open interest increased, but it increased the value area high. That to me there is telling me we could be getting a short very, very soon. So when you're getting something like that and the delta's not as high, so the delta didn't pump like the open interest, and then what's next? We have a big drop in delta. Open interest did not spike. Tiny, tiny little move in open interest. And then it drops again. It comes all the way back down. And then we open up. This is today. We open up. We're at the value area low when we open up. And there's not really much here to tell you what's going on. See, I look at this data. So like here, the price action that we're at right now. We had a volume spike, open interest spike, delta spike. Generally what these are saying is we've had a big liquidation at this area. So let's take a short. That's what it's telling me at these areas. It's vice versa at the bottom. We get it the opposite way around. That's telling me there's a big liquidation that has just occurred. So that's on NKN. That's why I was looking at it, because that was a trade that, you know, a volatility alert came in. So let's go to BTC. I've got a chart open on BTC right now. Something similar here on BTC. Okay. So we're at the high over here. We've had a volume spike. This is why when we're in these areas, I don't really like to take the trades, because it could go anywhere. But once it drops away, like it dropped to this value area low, we had a big spike in volume. Open interest was small. We had no real pressure there. Delta dropped significantly. The next candle, open interest dropped again. But we didn't see a big volatile push away. So in these areas, that's telling me, again, this is a potential longing opportunity. So then what we get is, we get an open interest spike here. We get a delta that it was negative. It went high. If you're doing candle patterns, you can have a little look at that candle pattern there. But I don't do candle patterns. I'm just using the data that's in front of me. So once we've had these sort of things that have happened, open interest drop, delta did not drop. On that next candle there, delta did not drop. The next open interest candle is a big open interest candle. And this is on the this candle here, and then you wait, it's come back into that area again, failed, pushed off, take you long. So easy to use. This is why I love Atos. This is why I love it, because it just shows you so much information without actually thinking, oh, we've done a double top, we've done this, blah 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 blah. You don't need to do that with this. This is literally telling you that, you know, these are opportunities that could potentially be happening right now in front of your eyes. 58, what a significant area. It was a significant area due to the fact that here, this area here, we were pushing up, but open interest was declining. Delta was increasing. So what that's showing you, it's a delta and an open interest diversion. So they're not correlated. So what's happening is open interest is dropping, but delta's increasing. So that's telling you another surefire sign you can take a short. You don't need to worry if I've missed the short. You haven't. You can always wait for it to come back to that same area of interest. Have a look back. Yeah, open interest declined, delta increased. We've come back to the 58k area. As we've got there, open interest is still negative, delta is positive. You've got another divergence. And we take a short again. Down we go. That's just a quick scalping method that I use. In and out of trades. And most of the time, like here, say if I took a short, I didn't take a short because I wasn't on the charts. I've been very busy. If I'd have took a short there, I'd have known to hold that short to either the VPOC, take 50 off at the VPOC, and then take the rest off at the value area low. I don't care if it's moved a little bit more. You've made your money from there to there. So we're going to go on to the chart at 7:45. Let's go to the chart. 7:45 yesterday. Right, where are we? 7:45 yesterday. Right, so here. 7:45 yesterday. This area. We're also in a bearish order block. So at 7:45 yesterday, see how we tagged it? Tagged it. All that's done there when it's come back up into this area is it's been looking for liquidity, couldn't find liquidity. So if you'd have just held it from 7:45 yesterday to the value area low, which is at 56,580. Let's find it, 56,580. So from there, where you'd have took your short, because you know that it's a little thing I heard. We sell in the green and we buy in the red. In my case, we sell in the white and buy in the purple. So it played out. What time did it hit? 56,575. That trade took 6 hours. It was a 2% drop. Which, to be honest with you, it's not a bad little trade, that. You know? If we have a little look here, we'd have gone long from... We'd have gone long there. 55,940 to the same area at around 58k. 59,540. 55,940, which were here. 55,940. Back to the same area of interest. A nice 3.5% move. Lovely. It's just in and out. quick ones. So Reef, I was looking at Reef. So I didn't take the short yesterday. I was looking back at it today and I thought, you absolute sausage for not taking the short. But I was seeing all this here, all this volume here. All the volume that were coming in. Price were going up. Delta were declining. See, open interest declining. Delta were declining. See how it came back into that same area again? This area of interest. This one here, where we had all the selling pressure. Came back into that area at 2132. Look at the drop you had there. What a lovely drop that is. All the way down to 1567. Open interest dropped. Delta dropped. Close your trade. Out you go. Something similar has happened today as well. So open interest was increasing. See, the problem you get here is if open interest is increasing at the value area high, but the delta is not increasing at the same time, this is a surefire sign to tell you that this coin is going to drop. It's a surefire sign. And that's what happened. So we had open interest going positive. We had delta going negative. It's your divergence there. Volume was increasing. Open interest went up. Delta dropped. So did price. It's easy. So I was going to do something else as well, but I've absolutely completely forgot because I've been so busy today, like I say, trying to do things for my business. But that was just a quick one just to show you how I'm using these charts, the Atos charts, to give me a little bit more confluence when I'm taking trades, to know potentially. The only thing I don't like when I'm trading in Atos, if we seen something like this and the VPOC's moved up, so the VPOC is where the most volume's been traded, the TPOC is the time point of control, so that's the amount of time it stayed in one area, that's the volume of where most trades have been trading, that's why the VPOC moves up. If the VPOC moves up, I'm not too keen on taking the trade, just for the simple fact that if we get more open interest coming in and the delta starts to increase as well, then it'd worry me a little bit. So just keep an eye on that. And also back to BTC. Stop listening to all these sausages on Twitter and YouTube. Like I've said, just learn the charts. Use Atos. Use your fair value gaps. You know, and you'll be well on your way to be profitable. Stop relying on somebody else to make you your money. Do it yourself, and you'll find it so much more easier. Because then there ain't anybody to blame. If I lose money, I blame me. And me only. So that's a little bit of food for thought for you there. And that's it. I'm going, and I will catch you in the next one, guys. Happy trading.